Hey guys, Justin here with Rocky Mountain. We're out in southern Utah riding 5 miles of hell today to test out the TX 300. So we're here at 5 miles of hell in southeastern Utah. This is an extremely technical single track trail. There's a lot of sand, a lot of rocks, and a lot of ledges to climb. So I'm really excited to see how the TX 300 is going to do here. So let's get on it and check it out. All right guys, so I've put about an hour and a half, 2 hours on this bike so far, and I want to talk first about my first impressions. Keep in mind I've been on a 350, 2016 350 XC for the past year. Primarily, I've ridden other stuff, but it's been my primary bike. So my first impressions of this bike are, holy cow, it's light. It feels so nice and light. I love it, especially in this technical stuff. You can just put it wherever you want. It's easy to control. The next thing that really stands out to me is how good these forks are. Coming off those WP4CS forks that I really didn't like. I mean, they were okay, but not the best. These things are awesome, especially in this choppy, harsh, rocky stuff. Man, they just soak it up, so it's really nice out here on this technical trail. And the next thing is how smooth it is. The counterbalance works awesome. The thing hardly vibrates. The motor's very electric. Now, one thing that's kind of kept me off two-strokes the past few years is they never feel that well planted to the trail. They're always bouncing off, and you know, they just don't stick to the ground like a four-stroke. And you know, my first time riding one of these, I was blown away. I don't know if it's the air fork or what, but this is a very planted two-stroke, and that was the main reason I decided to buy one. I rode Jay Clark's 17300 XC. Couldn't believe how planted it felt, so I went and got one. So let's quickly talk about suspension again. I've had this in some faster, you know, high-speed desert stuff. Worked great. I'm lighter than the recommended weight for this thing stock. The stock shock spring rate is for 165 to 185 pound guy. I'm quite a bit less than that. So I'm going to need to go to a softer shock spring. I was able to get the right amount of sag out of it though. But even then, you know, with the stock spring, man, the shock feels good. I'm actually running 7 pounds less of air pressure in the fork. I knew this was going to be really tight technical stuff, so I'm running a little less, but overall it feels good. I'm amazed how well this bike feels over the sharp, slow stuff that usually just beats you up. This thing feels really good on. So I am most pleased about suspension on this bike. This section's a little tricky. Now, one thing I will say, I worry about bashing that pipe a lot more than I ever worried on a four-stroke, especially through this kind of stuff. So let's see if I can get through this without bending the pipe. I think I succeeded there. Ooh, this just wants to get your pipe in here. So I'm gonna have to get the front end up. I think most guys, you know, in the 175 pound range and above are gonna, you know, need to be up in the air pressure in the forks and probably get a stiffer shock spring. And I felt like the rebound was a little fast in the whoops, so I'll probably take that in a click or two, but overall, man, I like it. All right, let's talk about the motor. You know, a lot of guys are having problems jetting it, and you know, when I open it up, mine does feel a little off on the mid to top. I did jet it leaner for our altitude. I'm at 4,500 feet as per the Husky manual, but it still needs a little work. I'm going to be working with Jay Clark a little bit on that, and I'll have some video updates coming soon on the jetting. But overall, the motor is fantastic, very smooth, almost electric feeling, and the counterbalance is just awesome in this thing. There's just very little vibration. Oh, wrong way. So perfect for technical kind of riding. You want smooth electric power, and this thing has it. Now this bike has two different maps on the ignition CDI. One's for more technical stuff like this. That's setting 2, and that's actually what I'm running. I've been playing with both of them. Am I seeing anything or noticing anything major? No, but it is a little smoother. So there's no sense in having an abrupt power band on a trail like this. So it's pretty cool. You got the toggle switch right on the handlebar there, and kind of go back between the two maps. Some of the other smaller details of the bike I want to talk about. Clutch. It's got a Magura master cylinder this year from Brembo. Clutch pull is great. I think it's got a great feel, and man, you use it a lot on this trail. The tires come with Dunlop. They work pretty good. You know, I probably rather a trials tire, something a little stickier on this, you know, slow, rocky stuff. So that's probably something I'll do. Keep in mind, I haven't done anything to this bike other than jet it for my altitude, tweak the suspension a little bit, you know, as far as sag goes. I haven't touched the clickers. And the only thing I've put on it is the P3 carbon fiber skid plate. You gotta have a skid plate out here. I really need a pipe guard as well, so I'm gonna be getting one of those P3 carbon pipe guards as well when I get back. I am just so impressed with these forks over this sharp, rocky stuff. No ricocheting, no deflecting, doing anything weird. It just soaks it up. As far as gearing goes, I think it's pretty good. This is about as slow as stuff as I ride, and I haven't felt like I needed a lower gear or anything. Regarding the carburetor and jetting, another thing I'm going to have to adjust is the float height. I am dumping a lot of gas on this trail, so I think my floats, you know, the level might be a little high. This is where the smooth power comes in handy. This thing will hook up and go right up this. No problemo. Alright, I'm taking a quick spin on my buddy's 15 Husky 300, and the first thing I noticed is the vibration. Wow, you don't appreciate how vibration free the new 17 is until you ride the older ones. The second thing I noticed is, and keep in mind this is a great bike, but the second thing I noticed is it doesn't feel as light. The front end feels a lot heavier. I don't know why, but handling's quite a bit different. Huge difference in that fork. Amazing. So I've been riding a lot faster trails, and man, this bike is awesome. The suspension, I swear, now that I've got a few hours on it, it's broken and it's just working better. So the high speed rocks and stuff is just awesome. These may be the best forks I've ever ridden on. And that's saying a lot. I've ridden a lot of bikes, and man, I am liking this thing. Now I will make another comment about the jetting. Now that I've got it, out into some faster stuff, I've been able to open it up. And right when it, you can feel the power valve open up and the bike's really getting to the meat of the power band. It feels a little rough there before it really rips, and I'm pretty sure that's just jetting. Feels a little fat, right there, right when it opens up. But I think we'll be able to tune that out for sure. But man, I'm just having a blast on this bike. Great bike for the tight trails, great bike for the high-speed desert, and again, this thing's totally stock. I haven't put a steering stabilizer on it, and I haven't felt any hint of instability at that front end. I'll probably end up putting one on anyway because I like them. I feel more safe with them, but man, this bike is giving me reason not to. It feels so good. Well, we made it back to the truck. We probably did, I don't know, 35, 40 miles. 48 miles, okay. And man, the more time I spend on this bike, the more I like it. I managed to make it through 5 miles of hell without a dent in my pipe. That's pretty good. And man, I just had a smile on my face the whole time riding this thing. So awesome bike. The only thing I really want to do at this point is get the jetting squared away. When it get up into the, hit the real meat of the power band, it was definitely too rich. I'll definitely be getting a pipe guard for it, some wraparound hand guards, and a few other performance things. But overall, man, this is a great bike. Loved it.